Hey guys, Master again here, and today I'm bringing you another episode of my how-to series where I show you how you can run all 10 of the mono-coloured super and extreme teams if you didn't pull the actual 120 leader yourself. So today we are doing SuperTEQ without SSJ3 Angel Goku. One of the reasons why I left this one till pretty late in the series is it's fairly well known that SuperTEQ has one of the best available free-to-play teams, so even if you didn't pull the Goku, it's very easy to make a really good SuperTEQ team. Obviously, even people who are free-to-play do summons from time to time, but we've tried to include pretty much all free-to-play units. The only difference is the TEQ Trunks, so I'll bring up the team here. The TEQ Trunks is the only unit that is summonable from a banner, but in the last month or so he's been on 2 GSSR banners, so if you've done any summons recently, and he's also in the general SSR pool, so if you've done any summons recently on any of those banners, there is a possibility that you've got this guy. If you don't, there's a Piccolo available in the barbershop who is basically the same unit. The only reason that the Trunks is better is because he is Trunks, he has Super Saiyan links, so he goes well with Goku and the free-to-play Goku. He obviously also has Prepared for Battle, which is useful. Kamehameha. So he's a pretty good unit. So he reduces damage that he takes from AGL units. So obviously if you're taking on an AGL event team, an AGL event and bringing a free-to-play SuperTEQ team, having a unit that is going to reduce damage from the AGL phases is really useful. So like I say, the Piccolo from the barbershop is pretty much exactly the same, but this Trunks will hit a little bit harder and has slightly better links. And then we have got the Krillen from the barbershop awakened to be the leader. Just like all the other ones, once awakened he has the same leader skill as the 70% God leader, which in this case would be Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Obviously if you've got him and not the Angel Goku, you would use him instead because he is a better unit. So the Krillen is pretty good. He also super attacks early at SuperTEQ 10, and his super was farmable. The Bio Broly event actually drops an SSR Krillen, so you didn't need to train him up and awaken him, you could just farm those and then feed them into this guy with 50% chance. Master Roshi is on the team because he seals super attacks. I say Master Roshi, he is of course Jackie Chun. We don't really know his true identity, but he seals super attacks. He has links with the Bulma, which is useful, so they will actually be one of our rotations. He also, which I very often forget, his passive is that he gives TEQ types attack and defense plus 25%, which is also very useful. The Bulma was the one given out for free during the Japan versus Global event. She is a tank. I wasn't really sure how good she was going to be or how I was going to use her when I first did the event, so I put her abilities into additional and crit. I think if her event ever comes back, I'll probably reallocate some of those stars and give her some more dodge, since she is such a good tank. She also has Shattering the Limit, which Krillen has, so it's useful when he comes around because he'll be one of our floating units. Then obviously we've got the friend Goku. I try not to bring a friend one that's too powerful because obviously we don't want them to just completely run over the event, but obviously if you are having to run a free-to-play team, you should obviously take the best friend you can find. But I think once before, I think it might have been the Super AGL, I had no choice but to take a Rainbow Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta because it was the only one I could find, and obviously he just absolutely dominated. I think he one-shot the last phase with a Dokkan attack, so obviously if you can find a Rainbow Star Angel Goku friend, you want to take him, but this guy just has the basic free orb investment. Then we've got the Candy Vegito that was given out at Halloween. I opened his paths, but I didn't put tons of orbs into him. I just gave him 15 dodge, a little bit of crit, and then some additional because his super attack can stun. And then we have the free Goku, the one that starts off as the base form TEQ one from the very first event you have to do, awakens into the AGL Angel Goku, then Super Saiyan Goku, then he becomes the Angel Super Saiyan Goku, and then once the TEQ Angel Goku actually came out, he got this awakening to Super Saiyan 3, because he was a unit that a lot of people have had from the start, and obviously he's very easy to farm up dupes for him. He was probably one of the first units I ever rainbow starred, so unless you've pulled tons of really good tech units, he's a unit that is very easy to have rainbow starred. So we're going to jump into the event, and we already have one of our rotations, which is pretty decent. We will actually put the Bulma first just because of her tanking abilities. She also super attacks early, which is nice. So we'll grab that, and then we won't get a super with Goku, but that's not too bad. So we'll try and put on rotation, we will have the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku friend, and then we'll probably put the Candy Vegito, because not only can he dodge attacks, but he has Over in a Flash, which is a 3 key link with the Goku. So there you go, Bulma taking 22 damage from a normal attack. Jackie Chun, sorry, would have taken quite a bit more. So I've got to remember that he's not Master Roshi, he just looks strangely like him for some reason. So right, so he's going to go in the front. Who's got the highest defense? Because his passive won't be active, but he will. I've also got a dupe in my trunk, so I gave him some dodge, since he is basically meant to be a tank. That's basically where I messed up on Bulma. For most units, it's not true 100% of the time, but for units that are designed to tank, you're obviously going to be putting them in front of hits as much as you can. So it makes sense to give them dodge in the hidden potential system, because, you know, why take 50% of the damage or 60% when you could take 0? So, and obviously the Trunks is not meant to hit hard, so there's no point giving him like 20 crit and 6 additional, because even when he crits, he's not going to do a ridiculous amount of damage. Like, that's not what he's on the team for. He's on the team for defense, so he's going to be a really useful unit for Super Battle Road when it finally comes to global. So we take out the first stage with no real problems to speak of, and then we go on to the TEQ Vegeta. I didn't actually mention it specifically, but I'm sure you've noticed we are doing the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta event. I was thinking about doing the Android 17 one, because we're doing a super team against an AGL event, but I wanted to do an event that I feel like more people would actually be trying to do, because no one seems to like Super 17. No one really ever went for him when he came out, so I'm sure anyone who's actually got him's already got all his medals, and if you're free to play, you probably didn't go for him. Maybe you did, but I know this team can beat that event, because I actually recorded the event a little while ago, but so many things came out in the sort of between me getting an opportunity to release it, that quite a few of the things that I say in that video are completely outdated now. So I figured I'd just re-record it, and since I have barely ever see Super 17 friends anymore, I just felt like it was more useful to do an event that people are actually going to want to be completing. But as you can see, we are having no trouble whatsoever getting through this. People underestimate sealers on teams. Like, I know a lot of the newer, harder Dokkan events are having stages where you can't seal the boss, but if you are doing an event where that's not the case and there is a good sealer available for your team, I do recommend taking them, just because it makes life easier for you. 2 turns of not having to worry about taking a super attack is always good. So it's just a shame that not every colour has one, or has a decent one. So I think it's like Extreme AGL has 2, but they're both R's. So okay, so we can put Bulma in the front, since she's going to take 2 hits, so she should tank those, and she can get a super attack there. We will grab that with Jackie Chun, so then the oranges will fall down here for Trunks. So we're still on full health, haven't had to use a single item so far, and these are even the rounds where we don't have type advantage. So as you can see, free to play SuperTEQ is incredibly strong. I say all the sort of merits that I gave to Trunks over the Piccolo haven't really come into play, since he doesn't really share links with the people that he's been ending up on rotation with. But giving the extra little bit of damage boost to the Goku rotation by him having Super Saiyan is pretty useful, because we wouldn't get that out of Piccolo. So, and as you can see, even though they are different cards, units with the same name can't link together. So we will put him there. Goku only has to take 1 hit. and he can grab 3 rainbows if we do that, so he's going to do quite a nice amount of damage. The candy can just grab those, and then our free-to-play Angel Goku can grab those ones there. So you can see the TEQ Angel Goku, as good as he is and as hard as he hits, he doesn't really tank very well, and the free-to-play one is the same. But I brought him because the team has a lot of utility with its dodging, the countering, the sealing, and then the tanking. But you need to have units that actually hit hard, because you don't want, even if you can take less damage and occasionally dodge, the longer the event goes on, the more damage you're going to take. Pretty sure Candy Vegeta got stunned there as well, but Goku blows him away with a 761k crit. So bear in mind that is a free-to-play unit. He is 100%, but like I said, he is a very easy unit to get to 100% because you don't have to worry about when you'll get dupes for him. So I think I had mine. Mine was actually at 100% before the Super Saiyan 3 Dokkan became available, so he's very useful. So Krillen doesn't have any links with Jackie Chun, sadly, but definitely is much better to put Bulma in that first slot. So we will... Shall we heal? We'll heal, because Senzu Beans are easy to come by. We have hundreds of them, just in case, because her tanking passive does only have a chance to activate. So even with the type advantage, if we get unlucky and she doesn't do it against the super, so let's see. Okay, the arrow was pointing downwards, so there you go. She took a normal attack for 400. So yeah, I just didn't want to risk getting super attacked and her passive not activating. So, but it seems like she basically tanked everything in that turn, so that's pretty good. And now he is sealed. So the Super Saiyan 4s can't be stunned, so the Candy Vegito is not going to be able to do that, but at least he is around for the dodging. And then we'll get to see here the Trunks at the end. So bear in mind just how much more of a powerful unit the Goku is than the Trunks, and we'll see how much damage they both take. So give Goku a super there and give Trunks a super there, just so we can see Trunks' damage. Obviously he's not going to do anywhere near as much damage as the Goku, but so strongest candy in the world, going to town on Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. He doesn't hit hard, but obviously it's not what he's designed for. So Goku coming in, very cool super attack. I still need to pull TEQ Angel Goku, so hopefully that'll happen for me soon. So he takes 9,000, just over 9,000 damage from a normal attack. And then Trunks takes 3,600. So you can see there, little Trunks doesn't even have a Dokkan Awakening. He's a level 100 UR, and he takes a third of the damage of one of the more powerful 120 leaders in the game. So definitely a worthwhile unit when you're doing AGL events, because that's the difference. So the Goten that was available on the same banner when they first came out together, he has the same passive, but it only has a high chance to activate, but it can activate against all types. So he's useful for more of a variety of events, whereas the Trunks is only really useful for AGL. So if you're doing an event that has no AGL stages, unless you have a lot of dupe investment in that Trunks, it's probably not really that worth bringing him. So obviously there are quite a few good TEQ strike characters. There's the Kaba from the Universe 6 storyline. There's also the baby possessed Goten from one of the GT storylines. He gives key support, but also a defense boost to TEQ types. So I believe I use him on my mono TEQ free-to-play team for doing the LR Freezer event. So we are getting pretty close to a Dokkan mode now. Although we do want to put the Candy Vegito in the front, but if we get the Dokkan this turn, can we even get the Dokkan this turn? Let's see. Let's not worry about it too much. We won't go for the Dokkan, so let's see what we can do. We're only on half health. We've only healed once, and is he sealed at the moment? He is. So we don't even really need to worry about healing here. So we shouldn't get a Dokkan. And then next turn we will be able to get the Dokkan by getting most of those green orbs. So if we don't take him out this turn, I have a feeling that Goku might finish the job here, as he is on his last life. Little additional there from the Candy Vegito, who then dodges once, but sadly only once. But here comes Goku. He should finish the job here. Super Dragon Twin Fists. Yeah, 461k, takes him out. And there you go. So that is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta defeated with a SuperTEQ team that did not include our own Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. And like I say, it was pretty much all free to play, except for the Trunks. I feel it's sort of justifiable because he's been on so many GSSR banners recently. But as I said, if you don't have him, the Piccolo from the barbershop is pretty much exactly the same. He's just not going to hit as hard because he doesn't have as high attack stat, and he doesn't have the Super Saiyan link or anything like that to help boost out the Goku. So if you do have this guy, definitely use him for AGL events on this team. Even if you're not free to play and you have a pretty stacked SuperTEQ team, I feel like there is a place for this Trunks on that team for doing AGL events. But like we said, if the stage doesn't actually have any AGL events, there are probably some better choices depending on what you have in your box. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like and subscribe for more regular Dokkan Battle content. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Masked Ningen. Feel free to tweet me any summon pulls or ideas on themes or teams you want to see in the future. Let me know in the comments if you want to see the How to Run series is almost finished for the 10 monocolour teams. I did a special episode on how to run the Realm of the Gods team without Ultra Instinct Goku when he first dropped. So I'm thinking about doing special episodes for the other categories, but unfortunately some of them are a lot harder to do because, for example, the Majin Buu Arc Saga team, when we finally get the physical Super Vegito, the only other unit that has a leader skill is the STR Vegito that we can now farm on Global, but his leader skill is really bad, so I'm not sure if even combined with a physical Super Vegito friend it would actually be able to do harder events. But let me know if you want to see. I'm probably going to give it a try and we'll see how we get on. Because I think there's a couple of units that can do the Shadow Dragon Arc leader skill. But then the problem with that team is the category is so limited that if you don't have sort of 2 or 3 of the best units, you almost can't even run the full team. So we'll have to see. So let me know what you guys want to see in the future. We are almost at, well, we're on the road to 500 subscribers. We're very close to 200. So hashtag 500 Mortals Plan all over the comments. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.